Hi and welcome to the YouTube edition of 5 Cool Things. So if you're normally going online to off-road.cc, you'll know that we do 5 cool things every week, and it is just simply a list of the 5 coolest things that we've put in for test. Now sometimes that's not necessarily true. They might be really cool things, they might just be interesting and different things, or it might be something that someone sent us for test, which we didn't request, but is either interesting or weird nonetheless. So at the moment I'm outside my house, and normally I'd be filming in the office with our video guy called Matt, but because of the coronavirus pandemic we're doing everything on our own and working from home. So today this is me working from home doing 5 cool things. Let's get started. So I've called in just as the coronavirus pandemic was beginning, just before we got into that lockdown period, some helmets for test. So helmets, relatively easy to test. I'm not going to have to ride any trails particularly gnarly. In fact, sometimes just putting them on, working up a sweat and really getting to know those features is really good for a test. So it's something that I'll still hopefully be able to carry on testing at the current state of what we're allowed to ride and getting out on just a few tame trails. It's pretty good, and especially as the weather warms up, I'll be able to see whether I get hot in these helmets and just how they are to wear for extended periods. So these are the first set of 4. I've got a few more to come in the next 5 cool things. So let's get started. We've got 2 from O'Neal. So they're 2 different price points. I'll talk about them separately and together. So this is the O'Neal Trail Finder open face lid. And O'Neal's not really a brand that I usually have much to do with. So this is the first helmet that we've had in for test and off-road from O'Neal. These are actually too big for me, so I'll give you a little laugh. To start off on the video, I won't be testing this one. That one and its friend there, the O'Neal Pike, is going off to gym to test. So this is 65 quid. It's got a ratchet adjustable peak. You've got one of those little fidlock buckles. So that's the little magnetic one. Now I first saw those on a Fox Pro frame. So that clicks into action, and it kind of takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do get used to, they're fairly easy to use, and I haven't had one yet miss the slot. So apart from that, you've then got ratchet adjustment on the back, and that's adjustable for height as well, but there's no MIPS or anything. It's just actually what looks like quite a basic liner in there. Moving on from the O'Neal Trail Finder, you've got the O'Neal Pike 2.0 helmet. So where the Trail Finder is their trail lid, this is their Enduro helmet. It's 90 quid, so for that little bit more, you basically get a better looking interior, the liner looks a bit nicer, and the peak is more adjustable, so you can move it right out of the way to get your goggles on top, so above your eyes and just below the peak. And there is also a little shelf on the back to stop the rear of your goggle strap slipping down. As in the Trail Finder, it gets the same adjustment at the rear. You can move that up and down as well as tighter and looser, and it gets the same fidlock buckle. So that one's 90 quid. We also have in a Giro fixture MIPS. So this helmet is 70 quid, so just £5 more expensive than that first Trail Finder. For 70 quid from Giro, you don't get an adjustable peak, but you do get a MIPS liner. So that's the liner that is supposed to help slow down rotational forces and help prevent a concussion. There is Giro's Rock Lock retention system. So this one goes tighter and looser, but you can't move it up and down in height. So you can't move it up and down to cradle the back of your skull. You can only do this one tighter and looser, and that is pretty important because this is a universal fit helmet. So instead of having small, medium, large, well actually on those O'Neal ones you can just have medium, large and the large. Yeah, instead of small, medium and large on normal lids, you just get one size on this Giro. So that ratchet system at the back goes quite a long way, but it's far too big for me. I normally have a size small, so if you're at either end of the scale, either a really small head or a really large head, this helmet probably isn't going to fit, but if you're slap bang in the middle, it probably will. I like the styling of the Giro fixture. For 70 quid, it's got a lot of coverage at the back, and it seems like pretty good value. Last up for our helmets for today, we have got the Endura single track. So this helmet sits between their Humvee, which is their urban trail lid, and the more Enduro MT500 lid. That's the one which you will recognise easily because it's got those choroid straws which you can see through the vents. So this single track is 75 quid. For that, you get a little bit of an adjustable visor, retention system, which goes in and out, tighter and looser, and also up and down at the rear. And you also get what looks like a really well ventilated helmet. So this one's got huge ventilation holes. The front ones, as you might be able to see, are covered in mesh to stop any bugs going in. And it feels pretty light too. So that's 70 quid. No MIPS liner in that one though, so that's just your standard EPS helmet. To keep things matchy-matchy, Enduro have also sent me over some of their new kit. So we have got Humvee gloves, which are a light trail glove, looks pretty summery. The top is pretty thin and it's just a thin one-piece palm. So that feels pretty stiff at the moment, but hopefully that will wear in with a bit of riding. Those are 20 quid for lightweight trail glove. We've also got MT500 jersey. So this is a women's jersey and I've got women's shorts too, but this all comes in men's sizes as well. New styling, this is their marble effect. It's quite a lightweight long sleeve jersey. And then lastly, these are the women's MT500 spray shorts. So spray, meaning that it has some waterproofness. So it's DWR coated on the front, and then on the rear, this panel, they say, is completely waterproof, and the inside, the seams are taped too, stopping water getting through. So that'll prevent trail splash really getting through at the back, while just a little bit of waterproofness on the front. Again, these are obviously the women's ones, comes in men's sizes too. Then lastly, for 5 cool things today, we have got some glasses from Alpina. So these are road glasses, but it seems to be at the moment that there's loads of crossover between what you can wear on road and what you can wear on a mountain bike. And I think these look pretty apt for mountain biking too in terms of style. They feel a little bit plasticky to start off with. There's some creaking in the arms there, but for 80 quid, they've got quite a few features. So you can mould the arms and the nose piece to fit. They're anti-fog, so they've got some anti-fog coating and also hydrophobic coating as well, which should help the rain bead off the front, and 100% UV protection. So those 80 quid, and those are Alpina S-Way CM Plus glasses, if you remember that one. Next week, I'll have a load more kit for you. We've got loads more helmets and some kit from Perlazumi. The helmets are all going to be put together, and once we've tested them, anything scoring over 4, so 4 to 5 out of 5, will go into our best of trail guide, so best trail and enduro helmets. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.